right now we are already down like $130, $140 for the screen. But it's something that happened. The screen broke in our shop here, and we are responsible for changing that screen. Cheating in this shop here is a red line. Never ever cheat a customer. It doesn't matter what the circumstance is. Even if we don't make money from the customer, even if we lose money, cheating is a red line. Here we have a package coming from Oklahoma City. We replaced the display, but it will not power on. And this is the iPad. On the paper he mentions iPhone 6 A1549, but he sent an iPad. If we press and hold the power button, nothing. What I want to do is use the white meter that we have here just to see if any amperage is being drawn by the tablet. And yes. Okay, so tablet restarts. Apple logo goes off. Apple logo goes off. Let me see when the Apple logo comes on. I'm gonna disconnect the battery, the cable, and it went off. So I have a strong feeling that this is a battery issue or a battery connector issue, because if the battery is not connected onto the motherboard, then the tablet is gonna keep looping when you have the cable plugged in. Right now, if we press and hold the power button, nothing. So it's either the battery or battery connector. I'm gonna open this so we can see what's going on. I need to get this to the customer as soon as possible because he's fixing this for a customer. This is an A1674. Customer mentions on the paper Apple iPhone 6 A1549. So paper says different than what the customer sent. But I do see a problem with the tablet, and maybe he made a mistake. I don't know. He sent a huge package for this tablet. Looks something like this. Maybe he has an iPhone also. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's an iPhone. Almost missed it. I almost missed it. So he sent an iPhone and an iPad. Right there. And this one is an iPhone 6, like he mentions in the paper. He says nothing about the iPad Pro, but I guess he wants both of them. Oh, here, we have two papers. So what am I doing? Okay, iPad 9.7 Pro. We replaced the display, but the device will not power on. We suspect when we lifted the board, battery connector, contact pins were damaged. That's what I thought. So we have two devices to work on. I was hoping to finish what we already had in the store, but stuff keeps coming in. We have a lot of things to get done. A lot of things to get done. I'm gonna start by heating the screen so we can remove it. It looks like the screen has been changed before. I can tell by the glue on the sides. So it should not be difficult to remove the screen. It's not factory glue. Customer mailed in the tablet like this, which it's a risk for the person working on it. Since the tablet was open to begin with, I wish the customer sent it open and not like this. Why would you close the tablet if it's not powering on or it's rebooting? It doesn't make sense to seal the screen. Somebody came in. Somebody came in. Wrong time, wrong time. There's a lot of mess on the home button area here. I'm not gonna even touch it. I'm not gonna touch the home button area. I do not know if you can see it close. So I'm gonna take all the screws out. Somebody else came in. Somebody came in. Yes, sir.
Hey, man.
Questions?
Yep.
Just give me 1 second.
All right.
What's up, brother?
Hey, man, I just wanted to know how much you would charge to fix the screen.
Look at what happened. Customer came in. I jumped up to talk to him and screen broke. Fell down and broke. Great. What can you do? Let's continue opening the screen and see what's going on. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Questions?
Yes, I cracked my phone. It's the Pixel 3.
Pixel 3, I do not have any screens for it right now. It's a special order, it will take a week.
Okay.
We had a lot of customers that came in. I was working on this and I had to go back and forth, back and forth. I did not record how I took the motherboard out, but the motherboard is out right now. I took screws from the front, from the charging port dock from here. There was adhesive under the board, so just go under the board. And some cables that we had to disconnect from the side here. And this one goes on top. It's more complex than the regular, let's say, iPad Air 2. But the board is out. And what I want to do right now is inspect the battery connector to see if there's any damage. So let's do that together. I don't know what's going on today. Extremely busy. Extremely busy.
Hi, I'm calling because I just saw something on YouTube that you guys were
Looking at the battery connector, I think I see 2 damaged pins on the very end of the connector. Let's take a look. Yeah, right there. Right there. You see how the 2 pins are bent? They're not making a connection with the battery. Are they bent or are they broken? Okay, it looks like they are broken. They are broken. And this one is broken. We have to change the whole connector. It's going to be difficult to solder something that is popping up like this one here. So we have to change the connector. Let's go ahead and do it now. I have about 20 minutes before I go home. So hopefully we can get this tablet to work. We're going to be losing money on the screen since we broke it. We have to replace it. And what do you do when you break something? You have to fix it for the customer. I could easily tell the customer it arrived like this via shipping. It's morally not correct and religiously not correct. Cheating people means you're going to earn bad money, and nothing good comes out of bad money. You're making bad money. Money doesn't bring happiness. When you make good money without cheating people, that's when you feel good. Right now we are already down like $130, $140 for the screen, but it's something that happened. The screen broke in our shop here and we are responsible for changing that screen. Cheating in this shop here is a red line. Never ever cheat a customer. It doesn't matter what the circumstance is. Even if we don't make money from the customer, even if we lose money, cheating is a red line. What I'm going to do is apply low melt solder here, 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 and here, and here. By doing so, we should be able to remove this connector, and we're going to solder a new connector back on. Let's take a look at the back just to see what's going on here. So as you can see, nothing can be done from this side. Everything is soldered onto the bottom here. I know that a lot of people do not like to talk about religion, but religion is what makes people good. Some people abuse it and they use it the wrong way and it looks bad, but religion is what keeps you from cheating people. Religion is what keeps you from doing bad things to people. What stops me from telling the customer that this arrived broken? He cannot prove it, and I do not have to pay for a screen. If customer cannot see me, God can. And we can apply some Amtech 559 Flux, and you can find this on our website. Let's apply low melt solder. Let me put some over here, and some over here, and some over here. Little bit of solder goes a long way. Solder sticks that we sell on our site are about 6-7 inches. And one stick will last you a long time. It depends how much you use it. If we do not apply low melt solder, then we have to heat the connector with hot air and possibly expose other parts of the board to heat. We do not want to fix one thing and damage something else, so we always do this as safely as possible. Low melt in this case is the best way to remove this connector. Let's see if we can remove this connector without using hot air. The reason we applied low melt is so we can lower the melting temperature of unleaded solder that's already on the board. Right now, if I hold onto this connector, and look at this, look at this. The connector is out. Low melt solder is magic. I say this every time. Low melt solder and flux are very hot sellers on our website. Very, very hot sellers. Every day, every single day. We have orders for low melt and flux. Okay, we're good. Let's put a new battery connector right here. And this connector will also be sold on our website for those of you who does this type of work. And now we have to lay the board down flat on the bench so we can solder the back legs. The connector is laid down flat, and look at this, the pins are nice and shiny. And let's solder. Before we solder, we have to apply flux. And which tip should we use? How about this same one? This one here. Add some more flux. And finally, and the job is done. Let's clean up. We're gonna put the board inside the iPad and test. Very nice. Okay, so let's put the board back. We have one more flex cable that we need to pull from under the board. Everything is good. If I do not put everything back right now, somebody's gonna complain on YouTube. How come you didn't put all the connections on the iPad? Are you gonna send it like this to the customer? So how do you answer that person? How do you answer that person? The iPhone 8 Plus that we fixed yesterday, where we removed 2 capacitors that were causing a short, I mentioned that we're going to put the capacitors back and ship it to the customer. I got a comment this morning saying, how come you did not put the capacitors back? Capacitors have a purpose. Okay, so let's try it. We only have iPad premium screens, so we're gonna be using a high quality premium screen for the customer. This is unlike the ones that you see on eBay or Amazon. These are very high quality iPad Pro screens. If it powers on, the job is done. If it doesn't, then we have to plug it in. Maybe the battery is dead. So what I want to do is screw the battery in. Okay, battery is screwed in. And let's see. Nothing came on. That could mean that the battery is dead. And look at this, we got the battery sign. That's a very good sign that the battery is drained, because before we did not get the battery sign. Before, the iPad was not seeing the battery, so it displayed the Apple logo. After a few seconds it goes off. It displays the back logo. After a few seconds it goes off. So look at this, we have the battery symbol, which means that the problem is fixed. I'm gonna wait a few minutes until the battery charges, and I'll show it to you on camera. And the job is done. So changing the connector fixed the problem. Let's wait until the iPad charges a bit. I'm gonna turn recording off and I'll be back. Okay, I have the iPad on the charger. Let me check if it's charged. Yes, it's on. The iPad is on. Unplug the cable and the iPad is still on. The iPad is on. So everything is good. we're gonna contact the customer to let them know that everything went well, and that we will be supplying the customer with a brand new screen, a high quality screen. We're gonna have to reassemble his home button, seal everything, and send it back to him in a perfect working condition. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.